Hello and welcome to this overview video where we announce the addition of X as the first social platform integrated into Timeline in NewsWhip Spike. This enhancement marks the beginning of a new era for Timeline, bringing a social first perspective to your monitoring and analysis. For years, the Timeline widget has been one of our most popular tools, providing a real time visualization of public and media interest. And now we have X, or Twitter, if you still call it that. To begin, I'm going to jump straight into an ongoing popular culture story. Drake is going to sue his own record label because Kendrick Lamar made fun of him so bad and made him sad. So, we've built a quick dashboard and can see the default media and public interest on the timeline. But this is the type of perfect breaking story that will generate engagement on social media, such as on X. I can simply go to Add Networks and enable it. As you can see, we have four other platforms coming soon to the timeline to allow you to see the full story unfold. In this instance, it is clear that interest on X aligned with media interest and the public's engagement with those articles, and that, for now at least, interest has peaked. However, as the numbers show, there's about 10 times the interactions on X. And of course, like articles, you can click on all the data points to see further insights on those specific leading tweets. Let's move on to a recent example and show how insights can move and spread across the internet. First, Jaguar had a controversial rebrand, according to our recently released AI generated top themes. Now, to read the timeline. The initial reveal sparked moderate media coverage, but the real momentum came from posts on X, where audiences voiced mixed reactions within hours. Criticism of the rebranding surged, and engagement on X outpaced interactions on articles. So, influencers, industry analysts, and the public debated everything from the design itself to its broader implications. If we zoom out to the previous month, we can see it is by far the biggest story for Jaguar. And what I could do here is I could look up a previous rebrand crisis and compare both, or another event for Jaguar and compare the public and media reaction to that. In terms of export, users are able to export the timeline images or take advantage of our one click reporting, as the timeline will be captured automatically in the interest over time slide, along with all the feed widgets added. The X feed widget is separate from the X timeline, but both can be added to the same dashboard. In fact, this is a good example to show the flexibility of NewsWhip. Here I'm doing a bit of benchmarking and competitor analysis between two of the leading sources of sports news in the UK. I've added both their main accounts as the sources for each search. There's a feed widget which I can choose to sort and filter, but more importantly, we can easily visualize the performance over time. I've enabled only the X timeline and also selected interactions with post count for some granular detail. We could use on a short time frame for breaking events or zoom out further for a bit of post match analysis. And then, using combined timelines, we can directly compare the two. We can see clearly that in the last month, Sky Sports has had the more interactions on X. Now, I forgot to zoom in on the data point where BBC Sport had the upper hand on November 16th, so I had to go back and look as I was curious, and it was for this tweet of Jake Paul bowing to Mike Tyson. Maybe I shouldn't have bothered. And that's it. This is an exciting addition that will fundamentally change how I personally use NewsWhip Spike, and it should set us all up for the emerging social first media landscape we now find ourselves in. See you next year for the addition of some more platforms. Thanks for watching.